Okay, we are now, we're running. We're live. Yeah, with the people.
I have got...
Yeah, and now you've got wind.
Yes, I did.
Wow.
Yeah, I had.
At that moment.
Excuse me, listeners. How are you today, Rebecca of the Pierces?
I'm all right. Yeah, I'm all right, mate.
Yeah?
All right, yeah, mustn't grumble.
No.
Yeah, mustn't grumble. Yeah, I'm okay. We were just talking about, we've been doing a lot of charity shopping recently.
Yeah.
We are obsessed with the charity shops. Obviously, I've got my little business now. I sell stuff on Etsy, so that involves a lot of charity shopping. Anyway, and I went into a charity shop yesterday with yourself. Bought an item for £10. Went to the desk. She said, that's £10. Pay by card? Yeah, pay by card. Then she said, do you want to round it up? And I was like, to what? And bless her, English wasn't her first language, was it?
No.
We chatted to a lady, she's Egyptian. She's a lovely lady.
Spoke 3 languages.
But at that point, she said, do you want to round up this £10 purchase? And I was kind of like, to what? And she went, I don't know, just round it up. So, yeah, make it £100. Make it £100. So that was fun.
That is a weird thing, isn't it? Do you want to round it up?
Yeah. I get it, obviously if it's £9.70, you're in a charity shop, of course you want to round it up.
Did you just say the word grumble?
Mustn't grumble.
Grumble. That's it. It's so much like crumble.
Crumble.
Yeah.
Okay.
No, I mean...
that's, it's the nature of words that rhyme, isn't it? They are quite similar sounding.
But they're such different things. I mean, is it literally just the G and the C that's different?
Yeah. Again, it's like Susie Dent's in the room, isn't it? Yeah. Well done.
You're listening to the moronic musings of Kirsty Hudson and Rebecca Elliott, 2 women willing to laugh at each other's jokes so that you don't have to.
The English language is...
Yes, it's bewildering.
I think it's like... Is it like one of the hardest languages to learn in the world?
That's what they say.
Is it?
Yeah. And yet you learnt it, so it can't be that hard. Yeah.
Well, I speak Dutch a little bit as well.
You speak Dutch a little bit.
Yeah. Oh, I speak quite fluently when I go there.
Say something in Dutch then.
Ik heb een beetje vergeten.
What does that mean?
Because I've forgotten a little bit. Because you put je on the end there, it's like a J-E.
It means what?
I've forgotten a little bit.
I've forgotten a little bit.
Yeah.
That's what it means.
Yeah.
It's very apt for you at the moment.
Yeah.
Because you've lost your memory.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah.
Yeah,
you've forgotten.
I lost my memory. But
How is the memory loss journey? CPTSD induced memory loss journey, Kirsty? How's it going?
CPTSD, yeah, you know me.
Mm-hmm.
It's a pain in the the area of a man's body.
Right.
It's really
that made it worse. Should have just said it's a pain in the dick.
It's a pain in the dick.
Okay.
It really is, because also it's the assumption from other people of what you're remembering and don't remembering makes it harder.
Yeah.
Like, I like to say I'm 90% back to full Kirsty,
Right.
Whereas Darren will go, no.
Yeah.
Yeah. So people's perceptions are different to my own perception, and that's where a frustration, if you will, can happen.
Yeah.
It is really frustrating, and it's weird to walk around the world and then forget that you've done that.
So you've walked around the world. When did you do this?
Yes, yeah. There is a woman, I believe. Oh, this is maybe a woman of wonder.
Oh, yeah. Kirsty's lost her notes, by the way.
Yeah, and my battery's not charged very much.
I mean, to be fair, you bring in notes every week and you never look at them.
No, because I freestyle.
Yeah. Yes, some might call it that.
I'm like the Spinderella of Salt and Pepper.
Yeah, go on. What were you talking? Oh, you're going to forget. You were just talking about your woman of wonder?
Oh, yeah.
Say? Yeah.
Yeah, she went around the world, I think. But until my phone...
Exactly the specific information you've got.
Until my phone charges back up.
Okay. Do you know what? I was listening to an old podcast of ours the other day. Quite a few years back.
Oh, sorry, hang on. Just before you go into that, I've just looked across us and there's a tiny, tiny piano between us.
There is a tiny piano there. Yeah. Bought that at a boot fair.
Is that actually a piano?
Yes, it's called I can't remember what it's called. It's not a harpsichord. It's called I can't remember.
It's a weird instrument.
Yeah, I just think it looks cool. It's like 1960s.
It does look cool. But don't you think that the harp is a weird instrument?
Yeah, I think the harp's a weird instrument. Can I get back to...
Yeah, go on.
Yeah. I forgot what was I saying. I was listening to an old podcast, and on it we were talking about when you used to, at the time it was quite important to you, you used to smash a coconut on every full moon.
Oh, yeah.
And at the time we'd just been in London for something or other, and you'd noticed that it was a full moon, so we had to go and get said coconut, and then we went down to like the beach of the Thames, you know, that bit there.
Yeah, and it has to have fluid in it.
Well, I mean, I didn't know that. We'll get onto that.
Yeah.
And it was quite early on, I think, that we were talking about this, but it happened quite early on in our relationship, if you will.
Yeah.
When we were just courting, if you will. And we'd gone to London, and I think it was quite a big test that I had to, and I did put up with this utter nonsense, but I respectfully just stood off to the side at the Thames while you smashed open a coconut in the middle of the night.
Yeah,
because it was a full moon. My point is, are your current problems with your memory and whatnot because you no longer do that?
Do you know what?
Right?
You're
welcome.
Have
I just solved it?
just thinking to myself, because that is a strange thing that we say as well, because you never think to somebody else, do you?
Mm-hmm, that's true.
I just thought to myself.
I was just thinking to someone else. Yeah.
I was just thinking to Kevin, right? But I suppose that's what would be if we could read each other's minds.
Yeah. Come back to the coconut. Back to the coconut.
Yeah.
Focus on the coconut.
I am actually going to get a coconut in town today because I haven't done that for a long time, and I can't remember what it does though.
You can't.
No, I can't.
Oh, damn it. Okay.
I can't remember why I smashed the coconut.
But you knew that it had to have liquid in it.
Yeah.
Why?
I don't know.
It's obviously symbolic of something.
What I'm going to do is I'm going to.
So you can't remember
that.
where this tradition or this ritual came from?
No.
Why it was important to
No.
you? Nothing.
No. I read a lot of Tosha Silver, and I wonder if it's something to do with that.
Okay.
So.
Okay.
Oh, it might be Tosha. I'm not sure how you pronounce her first name.
I don't. We'll ask her. We'll get her on next week.
But I love her.
Yeah.
I wish we could. But I really have. I've got such a desire to smash a coconut.
Have you?
Yeah.
Yeah, it might be the answer, Kirsty. Yeah.
Wow, that's why I've got CPTSD, because I've not been smashing enough coconuts. Remember that song? I've got a lovely bunch of
don't sing.
coconuts.
And I've got some other things, some other stories of yours that you were telling me that you saw. I want to say at least 2, maybe 3 people in town, separate people, who were wearing hats that were basically only brims. Like the peak.
Yes.
That's weird. Is this a new thing?
I don't know. I know that my mother-in-law likes them.
Okay.
But then she's
American. It's quite an American thing, isn't it?
Yes.
Just to wear the peaky brim bit.
I don't understand it. So it's just to keep the sun out your eyes, I imagine.
Yeah.
But then, so you put it on, but some of them were like, like a clear, like say green,
the classic is like
clean
a clear,
plasticky.
Yeah.
But some were like straw hat material.
A straw hat brim?
Yeah.
That went all the way around or just at the front?
So they just had the peak,
Okay.
if you will, coming
But
out.
it was a straw-based situation.
Yeah. And then like I imagine it velcroed at the back.
But nothing on the top.
Nothing on the
That's
top.
crazy.
3 people.
Wow.
And I'm going to say it was on the same day.
Wow.
It might not have been the same day, but I think it probably was.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, we'll do a weekly brim watch just to see if we've seen any more examples of this phenomenon. Yeah.
Brim. Is that what they call? Well, what do you call them? Visors.
Yeah. Don't people wear them where they're playing poker? Have I just made that? No. Do you know what I mean? Because they're like hiding their eyes and where they're. I may have made that up.
I don't know. Do you know what we don't see anymore either? Do you remember back in the day that they used to put your names in the car? I might start doing that.
Yeah.
Like Darren and Kirsty.
Yeah. You should be like Dazza and
Kirk.
Yeah.
Yeah. But then if I'm driving, that could be confusing.
It could be.
Mm-hmm.
You had a lovely hole, if you will.
Mm-hmm.
That is from several weeks ago, but I think it's worth talking about. I'm going to remind you of it. You were sitting in Edmundo's, the restaurant, cafe, bar place in town.
Yeah.
Looking out the window, you saw a homeless man and a policeman. Take it away.
Well, what it wasn't the homeless man wasn't there. So there was a tent.
Oh, yeah.
Right, and lots of kind of bits and bobs around, clearly from the homeless person.
Okay.
And I was sitting there and I was going, oh, God, because the police were over there. And I was like, oh, they're going to take his tent away.
Yeah.
And what these two policemen did was they wrapped everything up that was outside the tent really neatly. They folded the blanket, they put the socks in the shoes, they put everything really neatly. And then they opened up the tent and put it neatly in the tent, did the tent back up, and then turned the tent around so it wouldn't blow away, because the way it would have been, the wind was coming up this way. And I just thought...
And then walked away and just left it.
Just walked away and left it.
Neat and tidy. I think that's lovely.
I do, and I think...
Because didn't you say there was quite a few people in Edmundo's kind of looking out the window and kind of going, oh, bloody police, you know.
I think all of us were thinking
And then
that.
at the end it was like, oh!
Yeah, I think it was all like that. I think you were thinking, oh, come on, let the fella, he's homeless, you know. Yeah. But there they were, supporting him and looking after him,
It's a beautiful thing. It's a lovely hole.
It is a lovely hole.
Yeah.
Oh, I liked delving.
It's not a lovely hole. It should go in your lovely hole. I can't remember how the lovely hole works.
No. Maybe it comes out of my lovely hole.
I've got something for my crevice.
Have you?
Yeah, we'll move from your hole to my crevice.
Yeah.
That's
a natural...
from a hole to crevice. It's a classic move.
Yeah. Segue was the word I was looking for.
Exactly.
Yeah. Also, that's another Australian thing. Sorry, just to interrupt you there. But Segway, remember the Segways?
Yeah, little standy up things.
Yeah, didn't the man who invented them die on one?
Did he?
I don't know.
But
that's weird, because that's called a Segway, and then we said, it's blowing my mind today, the English language. Mm-hmm.
Is it blowing? Okay. My little crevice of curiosity is, do you know that Manchester got its name because you like your words?
Yeah.
Your what's it, etymology, I want to say?
Susie Dent, yeah.
Susie Dent.
She's a dermatologist.
Manchester.
Yeah.
One might think, oh, bloody men, it's named after man. Some man found it, and then they called it Manchester. No. Quite au contraire.
Oh.
Right? I have learnt that it's Mam, as in M-A-M Chester, and it was originally named because there was basically a couple of hills that looked like tits.
No.
And yeah, absolutely.
That is beautiful.
Exactly. So it's going way back. So yeah, Manchester, sorry, I'm saying it. Manchester's name likely originated from the Roman fort Mamusium. Later adopted by the Saxons as Mamcester, then evolving into Manchester. The name is thought to have derived from the Celtic word mam, meaning breast, potentially referring to a breast-shaped hill where the fort was built. There you go.
That's interesting, isn't it?
Yeah.
That is so
Boobchester.
Boobchester. Yeah.
If you will.
Isn't it weird?
I think you will.
I will. I forgot what I was going to say now. I had something really, really deep and profound to say then.
Was it just picking a random word and going, isn't that weird, that word?
I got it.
Was it doing that?
I got it. That was the Saxon times.
Yeah.
Because they were Saxons.
Mm-hmm.
Why were they called Saxons?
I don't know. Everything's got a name, Kirsty.
But what will we be called?
What?
What will we be called? What will our times be called?
What will we be called?
What will our times be called?
Yeah.
I'm waiting for an answer to that.
I don't know.
I farted. That's so bad.
Well, I'm just presuming that the last century will be like the second Elizabethan, because Queen Elizabeth. Obviously.
Yeah, but now or Charles.
But
now.
Oh, well, no, yeah. I don't know. Okay.
The Charles.
Have I got to name it now? Forevermore. It's gonna be. Oh, well, that's pretty.
It's your job.
You're listening to the opinions of Rebecca Elliott and Kirsty Hudson. Why? I don't know. That's something you need to ask yourself.
You just put your thumbs up at me. I like that. Do you remember that? Thumbs up. They used to be cool. Uh-huh. And then Rock On Tommy as well.
Right. Yeah, that's different.
Are they still alive, Cannonball?
Cannonball, I believe so.
Yeah. But
they were no little and large, though, were they? Yeah.
Oh, I don't know. Rock On Tommy. Mm-hmm. Oh, I used to love that.
No, they were all awful.
Were they?
Yeah, I think so.
Say were they?
Were they? I mean, I'm not the judge of everything.
So, well, would you like to be?
There's some people that it's surprising that they weren't involved in the U-Tree investigation.
That is a surprise that they weren't. Is Rolf Harris dead in prison now?
I think so. Why are you asking me? Like I'm the arbiter of all the...
I don't know.
All the nonce knowledge.
Did you know? You know, I love The Last of Us.
Yeah.
Right. Did you know that Pedro Pascal, right, has a transgender sister?
Does he?
They were born Lucas, but now they're Lux.
Lux.
Now. Yeah.
Lux.
Lux. And they are hot.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Okay.
Like if I was...
What if they look like Pedro Pascal in any way?
No. Well, he's hot.
Exactly.
Yeah, but they're very, like, womanly hot. Like, and you just think, I would, if I was a lesbian or that way inclined.
Right. Okay. Thank you for that.
I love that show, though. I'm obsessed with it. You're not watching anymore.
I watched the first series. I liked it.
You've done enough.
I think I was done at that point. Yeah.
Interesting.
You know, some series you just get like that was enough. That was brilliant. But now the thing is, with every TV series, they have to do another season and another season, and it's just like no.
I know what you mean.
You know, we
I
used to just have mini series, and it was enough for us.
Well, apparently, I've learned, this is a fact, that Coronation Street is going to start coming on every night in January. But I don't know if it is a fact.
You must be very excited about
I'm
it.
so excited about it. But then I do worry, like, will it be as good? Because obviously now it's on Monday, Wednesdays and Fridays.
Obviously, we all know that.
Excuse me. You didn't know that? No. Have you ever watched a thing of Coronation Street?
I don't think I've ever watched a whole episode. No, I've seen bits.
Obviously, because David Platt from Coronation Street was on...
I love that you say obviously every time. Okay.
Was on Big Brother, right?
Again.
Yeah. Well,
no idea.
Okay, he was.
I mean, I know what Big Brother is.
Yeah.
I'm not a complete, but yeah.
Moron.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. It's interesting that word immediately came to mind.
It did.
Yeah.
And he was on there. And he said, interestingly, because obviously Ken Roach is on there and he's been in it since the beginning.
Obviously.
Is it Ken Roach? Anyway, he has not ever learned his like real name, so every time he just walks in, he say David.
Oh really?
Yeah, and I just thought that was quite cool. Look, because Ken Roach is like 90 something and is still working today.
Okay.
Well, that excited me. That did.
Oh, did it?
Yeah, it did.
Who was the Bet
Lynch?
Bet Lynch.
Yeah.
I remember her.
Yeah, I don't think she was very nice in real life.
No?
I do believe she's now got Alzheimer's or something.
Oh, okay.
She might be dead. I can't... Yeah.
Right.
Something's not right with her.
Why don't we just do a Coronation Street podcast?
Yeah, we should do
But I would continue to never watch an episode.
Death being obviously the worst case scenario in that. I don't think she is dead. But she used to obviously wear a lot of leopard print, and I now love leopard print. I've got a leopard print carpet.
You have got a leopard print carpet in your hall, and the other day you were wearing a leopard print dress.
Yeah.
And we said that if you were lying down on your stairs, you'd just be a floating head.
I would. And because I also have a leopard skin watch.
Will you take that photo?
I love that.
Camouflage.
Because you know what? Leopard skin goes ever so well with red.
I don't think it goes ever so well with anything, personally. But
what, do you not like leopard skin?
No.
At all.
That's horrible. It's horrible.
So anytime
your stairs are horrible. Just awful.
They're beautiful.
I love that you love them. That makes me happy.
Good. Did you know that Celine Dion, our favourite Canadian American...
Why the long face? Yeah.
French Canadian, I believe she is. Well, you know she has stiff person syndrome.
Yes, I've heard this.
Yeah. Well, did you know...
Sometimes Theo has that. I'm sorry.
I don't think all over his body, though. No. Celine Dion, I did not know this. She won Eurovision in 1988.
Yes, she did.
You knew that?
That's just come back. Yeah. That's one of the things that, because obviously it's Eurovision this weekend, that's one of the little facts that they sort of wheel out every year, I believe.
And I hate it. with a passion. It annoys me.
Do you?
I hate everything about it. Darren.
Oh, no, I've been to a couple of Eurovision parties, and me and Toby really likes it. So we watch it together and decide who we like. Maybe have a scorecard. I think if you get really into it, it's a lot of fun.
Well,
obviously it's naff, but that's why it's fun. But it really needed Terry Wagwam doing his commentary, because that was just always hilarious, and he just used to get pissed.
But he's dead now, isn't he?
I know.
Graham Norton.
But now Graham Norton's he's pretty good. Yeah.
Darren will. I mean, he adores it. Everything about it.
I thought you were talking about Graham Norton, and you were like Darren would. I thought that's where we were going.
That would be an interesting
So
combination.
hang on, Darren will what?
Will watch the... I mean, he's excited about it.
Darren likes Eurovision, and you don't.
Darren loves Eurovision.
Does Darren like leopard print?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. Well, I don't know. Do you know, I say yes.
That's really surprising.
I've actually never asked Darren if he likes leopard print.
You've just wrapped most of your house in leopard print.
I know.
Live with
Well,
it.
that's what someone said to him, which I felt was a very strange question. Like when they came into a house, they was like, "Do you not like this pink?" Because you know my house is
a
very
lot of pink.
And he's all like, "I don't care.
No, he doesn't care.
Look at the size of my TV."
He's got a big TV and he's got a lazy boy chair.
Yeah, he's
to
got
sit on.
Yeah,
so he's happy.
And I would not have that lazy boy in my house, and I've let him have a lazy.
You have let him
have a lazy boy.
That was his chair in his own house.
That was free, you know.
Ah, yeah.
You know,
I mean, that free is a hell of a bargain, isn't
well,
it?
talking about that, right? You know, on Marketplace, like Facebook Marketplace and other places where you can buy stuff, right? They always describe stuff as vintage, right? Yeah. Everything isn't. Nothing's just old now. It's vintage.
Well, officially, because obviously I do have my little shop that sells. Officially, vintage is over 25 years.
Oh.
So you're only going back to the year 2000. And antique is over 100 years. But if you're like listing stuff on Etsy, that has to be the case. Like, you can't call something vintage unless it's over 25 years old. You can't call something antique or list it like as an antique unless it's over 100 years old.
That is interesting to know.
There you go.
But I think that's wrong.
Right. I'll take it up with Etsy.
No, but vintage is like, I think of vintage as 100 years old, you know, like.
No, it's antique, mate.
Well, fuck me
because
backwards.
You I think that's a bit much, isn't it? You could have, like, you know, a vintage top from the mid-90s that you could see. I could see that.
I have got tops from the 90s.
Yeah, I mean, I've certainly got bras from the 90s that I still wear.
Yeah.
I don't think of them as vintage.
No, you don't, do you? You think of them as your comfy bra.
Mm.
It just annoys
I think
me.
I've literally got bras older than my children.
Yeah. I don't know if I do anymore, because I did have a big clear
I'm not saying that they mean more to me than my kids. Just saying.
Oh, I think on some days they can. Because, when you're not wearing a bra and if you have to run somewhere, oh
yeah.
It's not comfortable.
It's not comfortable.
Those mams, they are.
These puppies, you can have someone's eye out.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I've got more longer boobies these days.
Longer?
Yeah.
Wow.
They're not.
Sort of long and flat, like you could post them through a letterbox.
Yeah.
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 Don't do that.
That's my aim in life. Did you also know, right? This is quite an interesting fact. It's not.
I'll be the judge.
Yes, well, I say it is. Right. You know Greggs?
Oh, very well, yeah.
Where do you think Greggs was started?
I don't know.
In Newcastle upon Tyne.
Was it?
Yeah.
Okay.
And obviously
I thought it was going to be more exciting because you just bigged that up. I thought you were going to say Mozambique or something like really surprising.
Mumbai. You know.
But Newcastle.
Oh,
okay.
Yeah. And it was started by someone
called Greg. Please tell me he was called Greg.
He was, but he was called John Gregg.
Oh, Greg's his second name.
Yeah.
Okay.
That was his second name.
Yeah, because it's Greg's plural. I would like it if it was started by two people called Greg, but they're both called Greg.
Oh no, just the one Greg by last name. How long do you think it's been around for?
You're coming in with Greg's facts.
Come on.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is the first week where Kirsty's in charge of bringing stuff. So if you're not happy, then please write in on a postcard.
Yeah.
How long do I think Greggs has been going?
Yeah.
I'm going to say since...
Excuse me.
In 1992.
Since 1951.
Oh, has it?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah.
I didn't know it was older.
It started in Gosforth in Newcastle.
Mm-hmm. Sorry, where was that?
Gosforth. Gosforth.
Right.
Like, Gosforth. Obviously, I've lived in Newcastle.
Yeah.
And I lived in Byker as well.
Baker Grove?
Yeah, where that was. Do you know who I really don't like in the world? Right? Jill Halfpenny. And she's in everything.
Wow. Didn't she win the first Strictly?
I don't care.
Baker Grove. Have you heard about the last ever episode of Baker Grove?
No.
My lovely ex-husband, Matthew, actually texted me not 2 weeks prior and said, I don't know how he found out, he said, have you ever heard about the last ever episode of Baker Grove? And I'm like, no. And then I immediately, obviously, looked it up. It's mental.
Why?
Basically, the series was canned, right? So they knew it was going to be the final episode. So they all kind of wrote their own bits. And there's like dinosaurs in there. And like, it's crazy. Honestly, look it up. I can't remember, but there's like an apocalypse and dinosaurs and weird flying things and explosions. And they all die. And it's just like, that was put out.
No way.
Seriously.
When was that then?
Grove.
When did that finish?
I don't know. 1992. That's my answer to everything now. I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, that's what I've got,
we have
really.
a fair few American listeners.
Oh, I was going to say that's all I've got.
Oh, right.
No. Go on.
We have a fair few like American listeners, and we're basically talking about Byker Grove, Coronation Street, and lots of British telly. I feel like we're leaving them out.
Well, we've talked about The Last of Us as well.
Yeah, that's true.
Well, I think that I was so desperate when I was living in America that my mum used to send me tapes of EastEnders and Coronation Street.
Wow.
Once a month, so I would then watch them all on tape.
Wow.
And you remember when you used to tape stuff?
Oh yeah, we used to have all the videotapes in our house, and then we had like a little booklet, and all the videotapes were numbered, and then we had to write down what we recorded on each tape.
No way.
Yeah.
You were so organised. Because
somebody taped over Dirty Dancing, and I don't know to this day who it was, Kirsty, but I'm still livid about it.
Well, I taped over the one and only recording of my dead dad, so...
Oh, that's a little bit worse than Dirty Dancing. I did. You taped over a video of your dearly departed father?
Yeah.
With what? Was it worth it?
I don't...
Was it Coronation Bloody Street?
It was something like Coronation Street.
Oh, Kirsty Hudson.
Yeah.
Wow.
I did. Yeah.
I think that's why your mum's never really liked you that much.
I did, but we always had a Betamax, you see.
Oh, that's going way back. But then you're quite a lot older than me. We did not have
5 years older than you, I feel.
So, I think it's 6.
Is it?
I think so.
5.5.
Okay.
Remember when that half was really important to you?
It still is.
I'm actually born myself, so imagine how...
Oh, okay. Now, talking of 90s stuff, though, and still British TV stuff, so sorry about... I was saying the other day... Right, about some adverts, and you just looked at me blankly, and it made me think I'd made them up.
Right.
When I went, beware the judder man when the moon is fat. You can't remember that.
No,
and it was a really freaky advert.
And it scares me when you say it.
I thought I'd made it up, but now I've looked. No, it was for Mets, which was like an Alco Poppy thing.
No.
And it was this really weird, like stop motion. It's creepy as hell. Anyway, but it went, beware the judder man when the moon is fat. There you go.
You're very good at accents.
Oh, thank you very much.
What other accents can you do?
I don't think.
Can you do an Irish one?
Hang on. I have to think, because you will take the piss out of this because it's not very good. I can kind of do Southern Irish. I mean, it's not great, but it's all right.
I think that's brilliant.
Was that okay?
Yeah.
Sort of.
You should have been an actor.
Eat shite and fuck off. Quite good for swearing in.
I saw a really scary show the other day.
Yeah.
But it's, to the point where it's not like it's because I can't do horror. I can't do anything scary. And it had James McAvoy in it.
Did you say Jacket James McAvoy?
Like a jacket potato. Yeah, that's why. Yeah. He likes to be called it, apparently.
Okay.
And he was so built in this show.
Oh, yeah.
Like...
Buff.
Built. Guns. Shoulders. Like, hench.
It's weird that they call them guns, isn't it?
Look at these guns.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I just was like, I would. And what else has he been in? What is he famous for? He's famous for something.
Oh, he's been in X-Men. He played the young Xavier, and he was, I want to say he was Mr. Tumnus in The Lion, the Witch, and the Wardrobe.
I think this is Mr. Tumble.
No, it's Mr. Tumble. Thank you. Yeah. It's Mr. Tumble. Yeah, stuff. He's been in lots of stuff.
Is Mr. Tumble still around?
I think so, yeah.
See, it's funny, isn't it, when you get out of the age bracket?
Oh, just talking about old TV.
Yeah.
Do you remember the advert for Jaffa Cakes?
Yeah, no.
With the woman teacher?
Yeah.
And she went, and she was just, there was a classroom of like 5-year-olds, and she was just using it as an excuse to eat Jaffa Cakes. And she goes, full moon, half moon, total eclipse. And then she does it again. You don't remember that? God damn it.
But remember, I did live in America for 4 years, so maybe these adverts...
Oh, I lived in Newcastle. I lived in America.
Well, maybe... Well, you have lived in Sudbury.
I have. All right? And Sybil Headingham.
Yeah, which doesn't really exist.
No.
But did you ever... Because they make a lot of ties. They've got a silk tie.
In Sudbury, yeah.
Is it just ties they make, or is it all silk?
It's just silk stuff. Yeah.
How do they make... Do they have silkworms? Like, is it...
Yeah, they harvest the worms.
Is there another way to make silk?
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know.
You live there.
Yes, but they've got a silk mill. I don't know.
No, but that's fun.
It's weird that it comes from worms, though, isn't it?
Yeah.
They come out of their bum.
Yeah, I think so.
Because we think of silk as like a really beautiful, luxurious thing.
But it's
come out of a worm's bum.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's my phone, that's rude.
That's, I mean, it's not professional, is it? Because everything else we're doing is very professional.
I've just popped up inside. It was my mum.
In Sudbury, they've got a head in the church of the head of Simon Sudbury.
Oh, I think I've seen that. You open a door. You open a little cupboard.
They won't let normal people see it.
Oh.
But Matt saw it because he was a history teacher, so they let him up in like the tower or whatever of the church. And he saw the head of Simon Sudbury.
Simon Sudbury?
Simon Sudbury.
Simon
Yeah.
Who is Simon Sudbury?
He's the guy whose head is in the church. I don't know. He's probably an old.
Was he called Simon Sudbury?
Yes, he was called Simon Sudbury.
He obviously invented Sudbury then, didn't he?
Yeah, we invent Sudbury. Oh, this is awful. See, this is why I have to have stuff written down.
He invented Sudbury.
Yeah.
Well, not invented it, but that's why it's called Sudbury, right? Was he Simon of Sudbury or just Simon Sudbury?
Just Simon Sudbury. I don't know. He's going to be like an old priest or like some... I don't know.
You see, you've got to think about this because Bury St Edmunds, right, obviously, is because St Edmunds is buried here, but I don't think he actually is.
Is he? The whole thing is a lie.
Because it was the wolf with the head.
He's living on a
prayer.
Pile of lies. Is what
we are.
I think we could probably wrap it up now.
Yeah?
Yeah,
I mean,
happy
God,
to.
Yeah.
I mean, it's been good though, hasn't it? Okay.
Tremendous.
No, it's been lovely, people. Yeah. Remember to wrap up warm. It is cold again today. It's been really hot.
No, that's really surprised me actually. How cold
Theo's
it has
actually
gone.
wearing a Christmas jumper today
because he
it suddenly got cold.
He thought, I'm in that mood.
Yeah,
we're ready.
Yeah, in May.
But it doesn't ever. I want it to get cold. I want to have. You see, this is the trouble with global warming. We don't have proper seasons anymore.
No, I mean we do, but it's all all over the place.
I think we might have gone into territory that we don't know enough about, which is unlike us. Yeah.
Have we? This is the point, is it? Okay. All right, people. We love you very much. Have fun, and see you soon.
Take care.
Rebecca and Kirsty will be back next week to once again audibly spoon you with their firm yet malleable twatterings.